there looking serious. Got Leandro, got Bob, ready to go to work. We got everybody else, Camacho, the whole crew. About to go to work, baby. Let's go. Woo!
Good work, bro.
Time to go. Time to go to work. Let's go, baby.
Straight back, DC. Let's go, baby. This way, going that way.
Oh, snap.
I don't need to miss the beginning of the fight.
Let's go, baby. Got the whole team here. Bob, hit him with the woo. Woo! There you go. Okay.
We got a new one.
I'ma work out and go on and get in. Your man still a part of your bitch. Get out of pocket, we do it quickly. Lovers and snakes around in this bitch. Right in the kid. After my way with the money, yeah, that shit is coming and coming. Been through the stack, I get right on the record.
Tradition, putting all his stuff together like he always does before his fight. Got the gloves right here. Okay. Time to go.
Those guys are good.
You ain't got nothing on you, champ. Nothing on. Come on, Javier. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
One is here, the other one is there, and the double champ is there. Valeu, rapaziada. Nós, mais uma aí pra conta. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the continued support. I love each and every one of you. We cannot do this alone. Thank you for the support. I love you again, and still we'll continue to do it as long as we're here. I appreciate you. Hey, my dog Crutch, how we end up in New York City, dog?
I don't know.
I mean, we're from Stillwater to New York City.
Hey, we're here.
What in the world is going on?
And we did what we were supposed to do, too.
we came, got money, now we going back to the country. New York, it's been nice. So, hey guys, look, everybody look. Cassandra, look. Lena, look. We're out now. Thank you, New York. You were very nice to us. Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations on a historic victory, the first fighter to defend titles in 2 weight classes. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. You know, I've told you guys for a very long time that I wanted to be remembered when I left the sport. And I think when you get into doing things that have never been done before, that ensures that I will always be thought of when you think about the greatest fighters of all time. It's truly amazing. And then to do it in Madison Square Garden, it was just insane.
And it seems you had a bit of an accident this morning, correct? You
hurt
yourself?
I hurt myself this morning bad. And look, sometimes I go into the octagon and I hear it in the build-up, like, when is this guy going to get old? You know, it could happen overnight. I thought it happened this morning. I sneezed. And I slipped my back out, guys. I was hurting bad. Like, seriously, we got some pictures that we may release later in the week, but, like, I sneezed, and because I sneezed, my back slipped out. And I went to try to do my morning run, and it wasn't happening. I went back in the UFC. You know, they have the Performance Institute. They travel with us now. So Heather Linden and Clint Wattenberg, they came over with the massage table, with the stem machine, with all kinds of stuff to try to help me release my back. And then at around 1 o'clock, it was to the point that I was still kind of singed over and leaning, that Bob Cook was all, if you don't get better, then we're going to have to make a decision on whether or not you're going to fight. So it was real close. I said, just let me take a nap. I said, if you let me take a nap, I'll see if I feel better. And I woke up and went for a walk. And when I went for a walk and got active, my back started to release a little bit. It was very scary because I really had no idea how we were going to explain that one. Like, I mean, I was like, I don't know how we're going to explain this. Like, that I sneezed and hurt my back. That's getting old. That's what that is.
Right. And so your performance wouldn't have shown it. Did you feel, as good as you could have in the octagon against Derrick?
Well, once I started feeling better, I just really kind of turned up the feeling better. I mean, sometimes you can almost mentally make yourself feel better. But again, this is three-week training camp, and generally when I'm in fight camp, at about 3 weeks, my back does kind of go bad, and then I have to take a few days off to recover. But I usually have 5 weeks left of training. Just so happened that it happened on the day of the fight. But once I got into the octagon, we had a real focus of being very bundled up and just really hot. Once I got warm, I mean, my locker room the temperature was at about 85 degrees because once I got warm, I needed to stay warm. I was wearing old busted up sweatpants, Oklahoma State wrestling sweat top, because I needed to make sure that once I got hot and I got sweating, I didn't cool down, because when your back's bothering you, when you cool down, it's over. Like, you are done for the rest of the afternoon. It would have been unfortunate if I was done for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's crazy. So going forward from here, it seems like the Brock Lesnar fight is next. The UFC just announced its schedule for next year. There's UFC 235, which is beginning of March, 2 weeks before your birthday. Dana said he wants you to take some time off after taking this fight. So does that seem like that could be the last one, the farewell fight?
Yep, that could be the retirement fight for old DC. That's crazy, right? When you start to think about it. Talk about having an opportunity to go out on an all-time high. Headlining in Vegas against Brock Lesnar. Before I turned 40, 2 weeks before my birthday, have my biggest fight. Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm glad that he wants me to take some time, because I stepped up on short notice. And honestly, I've fought 3 times this year with 3 finishes. 3 championship fights, 3 finishes. I've had a big year, probably one of my more active years that I've had in a long time. And it just feels good to get my hand raised. And it looks like March 3rd. Is it the 3rd, 4th?
I believe so.
March 2nd. Yeah. So March 2nd, 2019 could be the last time you guys see me fight in the octagon.
Well, that's sad to hear. But in terms of the actual fight against Brock himself, how do you see this thing going? I mean, is this a guy that can test you, or do you see yourself being very dominant against him like you have in some of, majority of your fights?
I think he can test me. I mean, he's a big, strong guy. And his wrestling kind of cancels out my biggest advantage over most people. This guy's an NCAA wrestling champ. He's a 4-time All-American. Was second as a junior, 2-time junior college national champion. I mean, Brock is a beast, man. I know I talk a lot of trash about him, but he is a real-life beast, and he's a guy that is going to really push me, and I'm excited about it. Could you imagine the visual? I mean, me standing across the octagon from Brock Lesnar? It's going to be insane. But it's also going to be fun, and it's another opportunity for me to test myself in the octagon, because that's what I'm doing. Right now it's about tests, and fighting these bigger guys is always a test.
I just want to talk about the fight. You in the post